Man, I've been saying all goddamn year the Ravens, the Raisins, the Baltimore Edgar Allan Poes just ain't that team, you guys. But no, all the pundits, Shannon Sharp, Ocho Cinco, Skip Bayless, I get why y'all would take their words for Lamar's greatness, for the Ravens' greatness, how they could possibly get to a Super Bowl and win. But I've been telling y'all all year, they are not that team. Ever since they had a shot at Kansas City last year when they had the number one seed, had Kansas City somewhat on the ropes when Zay Flowers fumbled in the end zone, that's when I knew they were overrated because that was their best chance to win a Super Bowl. And now yesterday, it just proves my point that y'all should start listening to me more and not these 70, 50-year-old dudes that have been on TV. And the Raisins had some really questionable losses all year. Sure, losing to Kansas City ain't nothing to hang your head about, but you lost to the Raiders, then you lose to the Browns, then you lost to the Steelers one time. I mean, how can no one see this coming? No football expert on ESPN, no Skip Bayless, no Shannon Sharp. No one had any concern coming into the postseason, especially with Lamar's past postseason play. I'm the only one that saw this out of everybody in the entire country. Like, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I am. And I am going to say, I fucking told y'all so. I mean, hey, the Ravens look good the first drive, but so did my Denver Broncos. And look how that game ended for them. Buffalo took off. So I wasn't tripping when the Ravens scored first. Then the L in Lamar stands for Looky Lou. He throws an absolute dime to the wrong team. And then Ocho Cinco's like, oh, that was an okay turnover. I'm sorry. Playoff football, you cannot turn the ball over. You should know that. You were in the NFL. And I'm pretty sure this fumble was okay for Lamar, right? Almost got taken back to the crib. I mean, sure, you could chalk it up to the weather conditions, but I'm pretty sure Buffalo's playing in the same weather conditions. I mean, come on, dude. I'm not trying to take away anything the Buffalo Bills did. They played a hell of a game. When they needed touchdowns, they got touchdowns. When they needed to extend the game to make things harder for the Ravens, they did exactly that. So all credit to them. Did you know that in the Ravens' last 7 games, playoffs included, they had 3 turnovers, and in this game, they had 3 turnovers? So the Ravens scored with 1:33 left, and let's just say for the sake of argument, they did get that 2-point conversion. You mean to tell me Josh Allen couldn't move the ball down the field and at least in worst case scenario get in field goal range? For all you experts that are like, we would have gone into overtime, just shut the fuck up. Then this right here will go down as the worst play in Ravens history. Mark Andrews knew he shouldn't have ate that popcorn before the game. Dropped the ball that could have tied it. I mean, I never seen anything like it. Absolutely stunning. Right in your hands. I know it's happened before, but still blows my mind for people putting him in the top category of greatest tight end of all time. And on the sideline, barely showed any emotions. Like, these players these days don't give a fuck. I know he was probably in shock at it because it was probably one of the easiest catches he could have made his entire career. But nonetheless, gotta be better, bud.
It slipped. I just ate popcorn.
I'm pretty sure Mark Andrews found another way home after this game. There was no way in hell they were letting him back on the team playing. I'm pretty sure he was going to have to be in witness protection program after that because he is not safe in Baltimore anymore. But I want to take the focus off of Lamar and the Ravens for a second and blame the coaches, because when they were putting the ball in Derrick Henry's hands, heavy on the D, no pun intended, they were moving the ball, they were scoring. Why not stick to that? Even if it wasn't working for a few plays, why not just stick to that? So I don't want to hear any more conversations about how John Harbaugh is such a great coach and whatnot. Seriously, enough of that. Because if that was the case, he would have made the necessary adjustments to keep the ball in Derrick Henry's hands. He didn't do that, and that's why they lost the game. Now let me ask you supposed experts this. How big of a window do you think the Ravens have next season? Because a lot of these guys are going to be gone. Now, can they win a Super Bowl within the next 2 to 3 years? Absolutely. This video isn't aimed towards Lamar and the Ravens. It's to the pundits and experts who swear he's good when he hasn't shown that. They're trying to put him in the club with Mahomes, with Brady, with Manning, with Marino, with the all-time greats, when he still has his lunch tray sitting at the table with the kids trying to be popular. That's not the case. Once he gets a Super Bowl and gets that monkey off his back, then he could join the cool kids table, take his lunch tray over there. Let me ask you this, though. Hot take to some, but in my opinion, I don't think it's a hot take. Do you think he's better than Joe Flacco? Because Joe Flacco, albeit he doesn't have the MVPs to back it up, he played great when it mattered most, and that was the playoffs. He sent home Tom Brady. He sent home one of the most stacked teams ever. My Denver Broncos, Peyton Manning, Eric Decker, Julius Thomas, Demaryius Thomas, rest his soul. All those guys, he sent them home. Whereas Lamar can't seem to get over the hump. Now, can he? Absolutely, like I said before. But I'm just sick of people trying to put him in this conversation when he hasn't proved anything yet. In 8 playoff games, he is 3-5. He turns over the ball way more in the postseason than he does the regular season. If I'm a Ravens fan, I'm hoping the playoffs are in the regular season. Like, come on. This guy just doesn't have what it takes to play in the playoffs. And I'll even do you this hot take. What if Jaden Daniels wins a Super Bowl before him? And yes, I'll count even this year because he's in the NFC Championship game. I think he will. I really think he will win a Super Bowl before Lamar. Then what? Then what people are going to say? Let me know in the comment section what y'all think. I'll see y'all on the next one.